Yeah, okay.
Every good cook needs a simple recipe that's a foundation for entertaining and versatile in use. I've cooked for large crowds for many years, from family weddings, group functions, and even down here at the Casper Elks Lodge. The recipe I always count on is my pizza dough recipe. I use it in many different ways. Today, I will show you some of the different uses it has. The pizza dough recipe that I use is adapted from a recipe by Jeff Smith, the Frugal Gourmet, from his book, The Frugal Gourmet Cooks 3 Ancient Cuisines. It calls for yeast, tepid water, sugar, salt, vegetable oil, and unbleached white flour. I've changed the recipe and made it my own by using all olive oil and pizza flour or bread flour. The first steps, you dissolve your yeast into water with the sugar, and I also add the salt at this point because it's easy to blend in. Once you blend your yeast and sugar water together, it gets activated, starts to bubble. When the yeast starts to bubble, you're good to go. You slowly incorporate your flour. Once you've incorporated all your flour, and I use a mixer, it's much easier, you then turn your mixer to medium-high and let it knead for about 7 minutes. If you don't have a mixer, that's okay. You certainly can knead by hand. It is labor-intensive, though. You basically press down, fold, press down, fold. You have to do this for at least 10 to 15 minutes. It's a labor of love, hence I use my KitchenAid mixer. The next step is to roll your dough into a ball. You grease your bowl, you place it in the bowl, and you cover it because you want to keep it moist. If you keep it open, it will dry and get a crust on it, and that's not great for certain recipes, although for some breads, it adds a crustiness. Now, the next phase is to let it proof. Ina Garten from foodtv.com says you let it proof till it doubles in size. That's where it rises and grows to double its size. You then punch it down, roll it into a ball, and cover it again. What you're doing is you're letting the gluten activate. And a website called exploratorium.edu likens gluten to the rubber in a balloon that it is expanding. As your balloon expands, it fills with gas. It stretches further and it starts to rise, and that's how your dough rises. In our household, for entertaining, this recipe has many purposes. We make homemade breads, Chicago deep dish pizza, New York pizza, desserts like zeppoli and apple torte. We make breadsticks, our own version of pigs in a blanket, and many, many other uses. I've adapted other recipes from the joy of cooking for cinnamon rolls and donuts by Ethan Becker, their recipes, and I use my own dough with it. Now today, as you can see, we've made a lot of really great recipes that I can't wait for you to try, including the bacon ranch pizza. It greatly helps when you're entertaining to have that one recipe as your go-to, where you can go back and use it in a multitude of things. This helps you with your time management for party planning. Don't be afraid to try. What's the worst thing that can happen? You don't like it, you don't try it again, and you move on. Cooking is full of creativity and experimentation. So on your next gathering, at your next event, try something like this dough recipe. It makes great pizzas, breads, savory and sweet dishes. This recipe is truly versatile and can help you with all your entertaining needs.